to the MGM Tower at the Borgata. What's going on, everybody? Like I said, we are coming at you from the MGM Tower at the Borgata in beautiful Atlantic City. This is formerly the Water Club. Recently had some renovations and everything. We weren't sure which tower to stay in, but everyone seemed to suggest this is the tower to be in. So we are really happy to be here. We have actually never stayed in an MGM property outside of Las Vegas before. You know, we have visited Detroit a couple times, if you've seen from the channel, but never actually stayed there. Every time we've basically stayed in Atlantic City, it's been a Caesars property. So I'm excited to check this place out. We are going to do a quick little room tour, show you guys what we're working with here. We are in a Staywell King room, as I said, in the MGM Tower. So let's take a look around. As you first enter here, this is going to be your like foyer area. Nothing exciting here really. You got your lock, you got everything like to keep you safe at night and everything. Let's check out the bathroom though. The bathroom is super bright. Really like it. It's very just open, very welcoming. You've got sort of these nice just colors, the nice marble, the nice sort of like Carrera look with it almost looks wood, but this actually is also like another marble type material. So I do like that. You do have all of your communal body lotion, hand washes, things like that, as long as they are tamper proof, which it does seem like. Hang on, we always got to do the tamper proof test. You know what? Okay, well it's tamper proof enough, let's put it that way. You also have a couple glasses in here, a necessity kit, which is nice. They included this, so this is gonna have your shower cap, your nail file, cotton swabs, things like that. So always nice when they think of those things to sort of include for you guys. There's the hair dryer as well, which is great. There's some extra towels, this and that and the other. No tub, which I know the cameraman there was very disappointed with because he was looking forward to having a bath tonight, but no tub unfortunately. But you do have a very spacious, nice bright white shower as well, which is beautiful. You've got the token bench here if you want to just take a rest, maybe even on the boardwalk or walking around all day, you just want to relax. Just checking it out. Yes, you do have the capability to take this shower head off, as well as the rain head shower as well. So if you do want to just sort of stand under there, this has that vitamin C infused shower as well. That's sort of in all the Staywell rooms as well, which is great. I want to get those for one of those for my home. It's supposed to be really good for, I think, the chlorine and other things like that in the water. So should be nice. And again, some more communal stuff in here. Your body wash, shampoo, conditioner, your token stuff that's going to be in there, again, all communal. The contrast in the actual toilet area is kind of cool too, because it is so bright in this room. And then you come in here and it's very, very dark. You've got like this sort of like dark bluish color with but again, these nice pops of color, which I really do like. One thing I think is smart, and I will show you more of, and Cody and I were just talking about this, the fact that the stuff in the room can kind of more or less stay the same if you want to. It's not very timely, let's put it that way. You can kind of keep the stuff the way it is, and if you want to just change a few things like the pops of color in here that you want, totally manageable. I really like that. I think it's a very smart way to do it. Let's check out the rest of the room. You've got your full length here, so you can check yourself before you wreck yourself. If you want to go downstairs maybe to B Prime or one of the other restaurants in the Borgata, you can check out the fit, make sure you look okay before you head out. The closet in here is spacious enough. You do have your safe in here. You know, does the job if you want to throw some money in there. If you may be winning lots of big bucks in the casino, you got the option to do that. And your typical stuff, your ironing board, everything you need. This room though is really, really nice. It just looks very modern, luxurious. You've got the light colors with the sort of silver accents. Really, really nice. Over here you have your entertainment area. So you will have different things like your air purifiers and whatnot. I do appreciate that with the Staywell room. They do actually sort of show you what you have in the room, why it's here, what it's doing for you. So for example, you have, like I mentioned, the vitamin C infused shower. You've got the air purification system over there. You've got like a dawn simulation over there, which is like an alarm clock that will just gently wake you up gradually as opposed to this like really aggressive alarm clock. So that's kind of a nice thing to have as well, because I'm sure most of us just use our phones and probably just hate the sound that, you know, the beeping and everything makes when you first get up. So nice that they do include that for you guys. Over here is where you're gonna find your mini fridge. Again, very standard in Atlantic City. Most of the rooms, at least all the rooms I've been in Atlantic City, have come with a mini fridge, which I think is fantastic. If you have leftovers, you have drinks or things like that, throw it in there. So if you're a Vegas traveler, maybe you're not used to that, because I know a lot of the rooms don't really have that. So really nice that they included that. You do have your coffee kit as well in here. So just your basic coffee kit with some with your condiment kit. So it's gonna be like your creamers, your sugars, your stir sticks, stuff like that. So again, not my favorite style. I do prefer, you know, the pods, but it's nice that they still do include that. Plus you can go downstairs and get coffee if you really need it. I do like that they have the sitting area here as well. Again, I love the Carrara marble kind of look. I love the silver accents with the chairs, the white leather. Yeah, just again, it kind of has a nice modern luxurious feel to it, which I really like. You got some plugs over here as well if you need to plug in your laptop, your electronics, so they got you covered over there as well. While we're over here, I do want to speak to the view. So we are not, in case you haven't noticed, or if you're unfamiliar with the Borgata and the logistics and the sort of geography of Atlantic City, the boardwalk's actually over there. So we are not actually on the boardwalk. We are in sort of like the harbor, or like the marine kind of area. So, you know, we have this beautiful view of all these, you know, gorgeous boats out there, some yachts it looks like, some other just really, really nice boats. We are actually very close to the Golden Nugget as well as Harrah's. So these are the sort of the three casinos that are kind of away from the boardwalk, kind of in their own little area over here. I will say there's not an easy way to get to the other casinos, at least that I'm aware of. I have heard that there's supposed to be a walkway. I have not seen it, and I've asked about it, and no one else seems to know about it, so I'm not sure if there is a way to get around or not. I'm not 100% sure. Your best bet is probably to Uber, Jitney, you know, whatever the case may be, because I don't know how safe it is, and I've heard it's not very safe to try and get around. So I will say just, yeah, maybe try and avoid that. But beautiful views. Really excited to see this at night, how we've stayed at Harrah's once before, but typically we stay on the boardwalk. So to get a view from a distance of the boardwalk, I'm looking forward to seeing all the lights and everything at night. So I think that's gonna be really cool. If we head back over this way, I like this chair. This is where you guys saw me when I first came into the room. It does swivel as well. So if you wanna have, you know, conversation with people in the room, or you just wanna maybe check out the view, maybe you wanna sit here and read or have a cocktail, you've got a little table there. I do like that. I will say when we first got in the room, you do have your thermostat here. It was very hot. It's the time of the year we are here. It's sort of like, kind of like the middle of spring, kind of getting close to the summer. So we are getting a little bit of the warmer weather, and I'm definitely starting to feel it. Like even in the casinos, I'm finding that heat in there. The lighting in here is great too. You do have a lot of lighting if you know, you want to do some reading, or you don't want to disturb your partner while you know, maybe you want to get up at night. Making our way over to this side. This is that alarm clock I was telling you guys about. So this is actually what's going to wake you up gradually, as I mentioned, sort of like an ambient kind of lighting and sound that's going to wake you up gradually instead of that aggressive alarm clock. So we will leave that off though, because we have no reason to wake up early tomorrow, so that will be staying off. I'm just going to check out the lighting here. Okay, there we go. That's what I was looking for. So it looks like this can only be controlled from the one side. So if you are sleeping on that side, if you're sharing the bed with your partner or whatever, then yeah, you're going to be the only one who control the lights from over on this side here. So otherwise, yeah, same idea with the lamps and everything. So yeah, not too bad. And then over here, of course, is where you have your air purification system that you can turn up or do whatever you need to do. So I do really like this. We've stayed in a couple rooms in Las Vegas that have these, and I will say we were in one in, I think, the Vidara that was quite loud, but we stayed in a few other rooms that have these, and they are great. Just, you know, when you're in a casino and there's people smoking around you. I know that when we were here last time, there was one particular area that was super, super smoky. So yeah, glad to have this in the room when you want just that fresh air after being, you know, on the boardwalk in the casinos, etc. So, and then what I will mention as well, these are the pops of color I was talking about. There's one just above the bed over there, and there's a mirror over here that also has some pops of color. So like I said, if you are in a situation where, you know, say they want to do some kind of a renovation in here, they can just make very simple changes, like taking some of those bright colors out of here, putting something maybe a little more muted and dull, and you know, it looks like a whole new room just by doing that. So yeah, really like that. Anyway, let's take a seat. So funnily enough, my first sort of introduction to the Borgata, this is gonna be for all my Real Housewives fans out there, is actually one of the reunions from the Real Housewives of New Jersey from many, many moons ago. Never thought I'd actually be coming here and staying here and all that stuff, so it's actually kind of cool to be here. We do actually like to visit the Borgata when we come down to Atlantic City, just because we do play a lot of MGM properties in, you know, for example, Las Vegas and in Detroit, so it is nice to be here, and yeah, really excited to finally stay in one of the rooms. We have currently booked for 2 nights. That being said, we will likely just be staying for the 1 night, and we may just check out a little bit later tomorrow. Reason for that being, we really want to check out the pool. I've heard nothing but great things about the pool. There's actually 2 pools here. There's one in the former water tower, which is obviously the tower that we're in, the MGM Tower, and there's also a pool in the Borgata Tower. So we will see. They are indoor and outdoor pools, but we will definitely be checking out the indoor pool for at least for the time that we're here. So as for tonight, nothing planned yet. There was a show earlier today, but we did miss it, unfortunately. So nothing set in stone yet. We're definitely gonna go downstairs and play for a little bit. There's usually some kind of giveaways going on, so we're gonna see what's going on down there with that. And then yeah, maybe even grab something to eat, drink, you know, all that fun stuff. So with that being said, let's go downstairs and donate some money to the casino. Alrighty, so we at MGM MGM Tower in Borgata. We ended up at the Amphora Lounge, which we didn't even know was here. It's basically like a lounge if you have a certain status or certain points, I guess, that you can come in here. So two of us are able to eat in here, I think, for free, which is pretty good. It's like a buffet, drinks, things like that. So really excited to check that out. Starving. I'll let you know how that is.
The next day.
Good morning, campers. I know I didn't do the best job in keeping you guys updated what we got up to last night, but we ended up at the Amphora Lounge, I believe that's what it's called. And it's basically, I think you have to be gold, MGM Gold and above, and I think it costs $25 for two people, and if you have a certain amount of points, it's free. So we did actually go there for free. It was actually, very, very nice. It was basically like a buffet. It was almost like a nicer buffet, I will say. Food-wise was average, but just the setting and just the overall like ambiance, the fact that they came by and served you all drinks and alcoholic, whatever you wanted, pretty much they had. So I had a tequila with a bit of pineapple juice, bit of soda, just to kind of because they didn't have the best tequilas. I thought that would make it a little bit more palatable, and ended up having more tequila after that. But food wise, yeah, like I think I had some fried fish, some shrimps, things like salads and things like that. It was okay. I mean, I wouldn't be in a hurry to go back, but the fact that it was free and all that was nice. Yeah. Played for a while actually. Did okay in the end. My Planet Moolah cows saved me. I lost a little bit here and there, but then they brought me back up, so that was good. But yeah, we slept pretty well though. Shower's great. Bed's comfortable. One complaint is the AC doesn't seem to be working properly because it's definitely not getting cold enough in here. So that's one thing to kind of mention. But otherwise, pretty good night. We are going to head down to the pool. There's two pools in Borgata. There is one in the MGM Tower, which is where we're currently staying in. There's also one over in the Borgata Tower. So we're going to check out the one in the MGM Tower first. And, see how the day goes. Maybe we'll go and check out the one in the Borgata Tower as well, just to kind of compare and contrast. But that's our game plan for now. So we will see you at the pool. So a bit of a change of plans. We went to do the the MGM Tower pool, the water club or whatever it was called before. And apparently it doesn't open till 9. So it's at 7, but apparently it's the other pool opens at 7, but it's kid friendly. I'm a bit confused because the website definitely said that it opens at 7 and it's adult swimming from 7 to 9. Anyway, I'm gonna go check the one in the MGM Tower, in the Borgata Tower first. So super nice in here. They didn't check anything when we came in, so you very easily could bring a drink in with you because there's no food or drinks or anything around. I think you can't bring glass though, so just be mindful of that. There is some like water stations, but that's about it. I will say the chlorine is burning my eyes, but I'll probably hopefully get used to it. But yeah, between 7 and 9, I think it is still adult swim, so no kids in here, so yeah, get in early. All right, so they do have like a garden area by the pool as well. So it's an indoor pool with a garden area outdoors, which, has a few lawn chairs and things like that around. So if you do want to get some sun before you're swimming, kind of a nice way to do that. All right, just got back from our little pool jaunt. We're actually there longer than I originally anticipated. So we did go to the Borgata pool first because the MGM Tower pool opens at 9. So the one over in the Borgata opens at 7, and it is kid-free from 7 to 9. That said, there was definitely a kid in there, so clearly not enforcing the rule that much. I don't know if it was just how it was for today, but they weren't checking bags. I sort of wish I did bring like a coffee or a drink of some sort with me. No glassware though, but yeah. Both pools did have towels, so you don't bring any of your own towels. They have towels there. Both pools had hot tubs, and both pools were indoor. The Borgata pool did have like an outdoor area that you can kind of just hang out, but no pool there, whereas the MGM Tower pool had an outdoor pool, which is currently closed, but I'm imagining it'll probably open sometime in Labor Day, or maybe by the time you watch this, maybe it will be open. Out of the two, I would say my preference was definitely for the MGM Tower pool. I like the fact that there was no kids in there, truthfully, and I don't know, I just found the vibe to be a little bit better in general. I just was more relaxed in there. Just like the vibe. I really love all the palm trees in both pools. I thought they both looked really, really great. So I really loved the decor. Even though you're inside, you have that nice atrium type feeling with all the greenery and everything, which I really did really like. But yeah, both pools were great. No issues, you know, either. We met a great couple from New Jersey we were talking to for a while. They were really lovely, so that was nice to chat with them. And yeah, just overall, just a nice little pool day.
Later that day.
Alrighty, guys, we just got back from downstairs. We did end up having the brunch buffet, or I guess lunch, breakfast, whatever it was, really, at the Borgata Buffet. That's the main buffet. Again, we have gold status at MGM, so we got a crazy deal. I think it was something like 12 or 13 bucks or something like that for both of us to have breakfast or lunch, whatever the hell it was a buffet. Let's just put it that way. Nothing was bad. Nothing was overly thrilling. You know, it had a bit of a mix of everything. It had your breakfast stuff like eggs and bacon and hash browns and stuff like that. And it had your sweet stuff too, like your French toast and, you know, waffles and things like that. Had your lunch offerings too. So you had like pastas and fish and chicken and, you know, mix of a bit of everything. My one complaint about the buffets here, and this goes the same for the Amphora Lounge that we went to last night, was the desserts are too big. And I know what you're thinking, how could desserts be too big? Well, if you want to have multiple desserts at a buffet, you want to have, like, you know, small bite-sized stuff that you can have a little bit of this, a little bit of that. When you have these giant pieces of cake or things like that, it makes it harder to have multiple things without leaving too much behind, and then you feel guilty because you didn't eat all your food and this and that. So anyway, that's my one complaint about the buffets here at Borgata. Otherwise, you know, they're pretty decent. They're pretty reasonably priced, especially when you compare them to, you know, places in Vegas. I can't really complain too much. And then actually on the way out, got recognized by one of my subscribers as well, which is really cool. So yeah, as I say in other videos, if you guys ever do see me out and about, don't be shy, say hello. It's always nice seeing people, you know, checking out the videos and, you know, finding out if I've helped you guys at all with your bookings or your trips or anything like that. So yeah, it's really cool. But anyway, that is probably going to be it for our time at the Borgata. We actually do have a night book tonight as well, but unfortunately we do have an early flight tomorrow morning, and we're actually getting picked up from Caesars. So we're probably going to head back over that way, over to the boardwalk area shortly. And yeah, that's probably going to be our time here at the Borgata for this time. So if I missed anything, or if you guys have any questions at all for any of the stuff we got up to about in the Borgata or, you know, in Atlantic City in general, please do not be shy. Leave your questions, comments below. Really helpful for other travelers because they probably the same questions that you guys have. Also really helpful for me because any interaction you guys have in my videos, whether you're liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, it all helps the YouTube algorithm. If you're not subscribed, I ask you please consider subscribing to the channel. Totally free for you. Really helps me keep delivering this free content to you. Once again, this is Daniel Spotlight, Viva Atlantic City, and we'll see you in the next one.